He was a charismatic crocodile hunter who cheated death again and again, facing down nature's most dangerous creatures. But Steve Irwin's luck suddenly ran out on the Great Barrier Reef when a stingray took his life. Ed Lascos is live in Long Beach at the Aquarium of the Pacific, where some of Irwin's friends are in shock. Ed.
John, they really are. They're saying Steve was just a great guy to work with. He showcased one of the vets here at the aquarium a few years ago on his TV show. And now we're finding out his own death also captured on tape, another TV show he was filming on the Great Barrier Reef. The producer of that show said he was looking at the video and you could actually see the stingray coming up, the stinger striking Irwin in the chest. The next moment you could see Irwin pulling out the stinger, and then the next moment he's gone.
The man who built a global reputation wrestling crocodiles and playing with deadly snakes.
That's how we all knew him, as the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin, and we sure knew all about his love for the deadliest of creatures.
They're like dinosaurs. They are modern-day dinosaurs. They've been around for 200 million years, and if you make a mistake around them, they're going to kill and eat you.
And his mistake came at the hands of a giant stingray. Irwin filming a new TV show on Australia's Great Barrier Reef. The show living up to its name, Deadly Sea Creatures.
Came over the top of a stingray, and the stingray's barb went up and went into his chest and put a hole into his heart. It's likely that he possibly died instantly.
And that's left Australia a country in mourning. At Irwin Zoo, flowers and well wishes. Even the Prime Minister left in shock.
It's a huge loss to Australia. He was a wonderful character. He was a passionate environmentalist.
Stingrays?
Back home, Long Beach and the Aquarium of the Pacific. All eyes on the stingrays now. Look at this one, would you? A 250-pounder, 5 feet across. And the stinger on this baby would look like this, only a lot longer.
Probably be 6 to 7, maybe 8 inches long. It's like a dinner steak knife. It's a very impressive weapon, and it can cause some damage. And it's like being stabbed.
And the crocodile hunter's death being felt in L.A. Irwin had promised to come capture Reggie. Remember him? The 7-foot gator still loose dangerously in Lake Machado. Steve Irwin always lived with those dangers, and he died with them too.
Got to understand that they have the power and capacity to kill or maim, and if you make a mistake, they will.
Now live, he knew the risk. They all know the risk when you work with deadly animals, deadly creatures. An expert down here said when you die at the hands of a stingray, it's a very freakish death because it's like getting struck by lightning twice. Stingrays are not aggressive creatures. Tricia Tagasugi is following that part of the story for us. She's live at Torrance Beach. Tricia.
Well, Ed, here at Torrance Beach, it has the dubious distinction of having the most stingray hits in the entire South Bay area. But the locals and lifeguards here tell us there's nothing to worry about. The stingrays that live here are only about 2 feet in diameter. If they sting you, it'll hurt, but they won't kill you. Anyone who's ever felt the sting of a stingray says it's something you don't forget.
With this excruciating sort of like thing of, wow, what was that, you know, and there was this looked like a rash and a bad sting.
I did get stung. It was painful, and I ended up going to the emergency room.
Stingrays are common in the waters of Southern California. Just this morning, a young girl was stung in Orange County.
But we did have a girl in one of the surf classes out here that was walking out through some shallow water and stepped on a stingray and flipped up and stung her.
Lifeguards at Torrance Beach see it often.
We've had up to 20 to 30 in a day. But again, those conditions are very rare. They are painful. It's like a red-hot poker. But the wound itself is not life-threatening.
Stingrays are known as shy, docile creatures who sting only as a defensive reaction, usually to someone stepping on them.
When people run out through the water real quick, step down on them, now they go into the defensive mode, they flip up their tail and they sting them.
So lifeguards tell beachgoers, just do the stingray shuffle.
When you're going into the water, do not step down like this. Just shuffle your feet along the bottom as if you're kicking sand or kicking something up.
Now, the reason for doing that stingray shuffle is to alert the stingrays that you're entering the water and that you won't accidentally step on them. They will swim away if they know humans are nearby. And if you are unfortunate enough to get stung, the thing you should do right away is put the wound, usually your foot, in hot water. That will help disperse some of the venom. Live at Torrance Beach, I'm Tricia Takasugi, Fox 11 News.